rather, and NLC. All right. So what we have the NLC saying one thing, we have the TUC saying one thing, and then we also have the federal government. And now, when we say federal government now, it's quite ambiguous, because I know a lot of people will be wondering.
Yeah. George Akume is there. He's secretary to the government, so he's also part of the negotiation team. So maybe on that basis we can say. So
is he the one doing the negotiations?
Again, we'll ask: does he have the mandate to do the negotiations? Yeah.
Well, what we have is that the NLC, that's Nigeria Labour Congress, still insists on the Wednesday planned strike, as they have written to state councils over the planned strike, ordering full mobilization and total compliance. Nationwide blackout also looms as electricity workers join NLC's planned strike. However, the TUC, that's Trade Union Congress, had a meeting with the federal government, and that meeting ended in some sort of deadlock, and they are to reconvene tomorrow, 6th of June. But the story now is that the TUC, they have demands on the table, unlike the NLC that, is not interested in having any conversation with the federal government, due to the fact that none of the people speaking to them on behalf of the federal government is doing so in official capacity. All right, because as we speak, there is no official representative of the president or the presidency sitting at that particular table. At that particular table, the last meeting that they had, where TUC was in attendance, we had the CBN governor was in attendance, the GCU of NLPCL, Mainland Focus, was in attendance. But then there's still also the importance of someone from the presidency.
Like I said, the secretary to the government, that was just George Akume.
Yeah, but to lead that it was Dele Alaki.
You know the thing is this: even if you have the secretary to the government, what's the mandate? Is there an official mandate to them on, okay, meet with these people and then present our position? Because it's easy to just put two or three people together to go and speak with them. Okay, they arrive at an agreement and the government says, no, it's not an official position. We didn't mandate them. So there has to be a proper memo. And that's communication. I understand the NLC. Again, if you're looking at the government that has always failed in a lot of promises. Before you say, it was just a team that met with you now, did I give them a mandate?
That has been the conversation that some of these unions have been having. Say, for example, ASU, their conversation say, oh, no, it wasn't my administration that promised you. It was this administration that promised you. So maybe that is what the NLC is just trying to avoid. But then the NLC is saying that unless the government returns the price of fuel to its previous rate, then we can sit and negotiate. But, someone said yesterday that you have a gun to my head already and you're telling me to negotiate. What's the point? Which the NLC, has maintained. We also have the fact that the NLC saying that we have boycotted the meeting until they revert. There is no point meeting with people who do not have the mandate when what they are doing is illegal, because the Appropriation Act of 2023 has not been obeyed, which makes provision for subsidy till the end of June. So we cannot sit to negotiate. Let them revert so that we all can freely negotiate on the issues raised. All right. That is the position of the NLC. And then we also have the position of the TUC, who is willing to who is out there making demands, saying that increase salary of our members, and give workers tax holidays. All right, just to make something easy for the people. And now we're asking this question: what do you think of the position of both unions? What are your thoughts about their positions? A major steps towards averting this. The trade union is giving a list of demands. The NLC has refused to sit with the federal government, in quote now. But then, although the TUC has said negotiations will continue tomorrow on the demands, says the spokesman of the government team, Mr. Dele Alaki. That's what that's how the nation reported.
That's an official position.
The spokesman of the government.
Is there a memo to that? I'm sure people must understand what we mean by processes and procedures.
Who put the government team together?
Is there an official memo? Who made him a spokesman to a government team? A team on what exactly?
So how do we know that these negotiations with these people will be binding on the president
the government, if anything
is arrived at? So that's what we're asking now. What are your thoughts about the position of the two unions, as we've already stated? Would you support the NLC calling for government to return to status quo before negotiations can continue? Or will you support TUC that is talking about salary increment for its members? Where do you or do you think it's spilled milk? Let's just move on and just get salary increment. But I have a question to add to that. If there's salary increment, everything has already gone up. So if you take
you're looking at
salary
inflation.
up, so what's the point?
Sandra, I'm actually looking at the last quarter inflation.
I don't think salary increment can solve this.
Because again, it's just like giving with the right hand and taking with the left. Because basically,
it's robbing Peter to people.
Basically, because again, you increase salaries. I can tell you, and people are already predicting it, that what would happen to a bag of rice now? What will happen to a bag of gari?
70,000.
A bag of beans. That's even if look. Again, we should be careful what we are saying about this price of PMS, because there's no cap to it yet.
No.
What we are saying is that we've been left to the dictates of the market forces.
Realities. Yeah.
Who are the market forces? Who are the operators in that? When we say market forces, I was asking you yesterday, what exactly is the market forces in the oil sector?
What? In this new administration, there's a lot of boo-boo-yaya
that we are hearing. But honestly, I like.
We have a government team that we don't know if it's the president that put them together.
We don't know where the mandate is coming from. Really.
And then we also have
honestly, none of these. I just pity the ordinary Nigerian out there, the ordinary Nigerian that is already faced with multi-dimensional poverty.
Innocent me.
You are not even part of the people I'm thinking about, Sandra. I'm sorry. Because I know you probably find your way around this. Look, we're looking at those already down. Those Nigerians who can't even afford 1 square meal.
Below poverty level.
Down the ground. Who can't, look, to even get a square meal. What is square? Even a meal is difficult for them already.
We've been having conversations on NLC, TUC, and, a lot of things. And the private sector comes to mind. Because who takes care of them? Because someone the other day posted something and said, they had to lay him off at work because now they are paying
Sandra,
double.
The unemployment figures will balloon. It's going to go out of the roof.
We already have a problem on an unemployment problem,
and
so the jackpot issue now would.
Somebody called us yesterday and was saying that look, his only option is to now follow the jackpot trend. That he was hopeful before, thinking that something would make him just
All right, let's not be doomsday.
But Sandra, I want to say again, I would expect that the government team and the government, in a way to tell Nigerians too that they are ready to bear part of the pain, will begin to tell us what they are doing to cut down the size of government, to cut down the expenditure of government.
FUAD has been broken into accepting the government team. But that's
okay.
So the bicameral arrangement.
Maybe even in terms of their salaries, allowances.
Recently we had a conversation where the FCTA or so mentioned that they want to increase the salaries of presidents and governors. That that
nobody is even talking about the cost of governance, the corruption in government, this security votes thing. Allocation. The reality is that, Sandra, we are in for a lot of trouble ahead. The government, we've run the government aground.
I can imagine the culture shock or the trauma that the average Nigerian, when they go out there into the world and they hear subsidy, be like, because out there subsidy is a normal thing,
very normal.
It's a regular thing, but then over here it's been made to seem like the worst nightmare of
that
any
can ever
Nigerian.
Happen to any country.
So I can imagine the Nigerian out there just, it's subsidized, and the person like, oh no.
They go out there, they see their citizens have this monthly stipend that goes to them. They see that public transportation is heavily subsidized, agriculture is subsidized, and all of that. But here we are, subsidy it must go. That's the slogan out there.
Well, the mainland focus for today, I think we've already reiterated that, is the fact. What are your thoughts about the position of the two unions? The NLC is forging ahead with the June 7 planned strike. They've already written to state councils. Lagos has agreed. Nasarawa has agreed. Some other state councils are also coming up, gearing up for the planned strike on Wednesday. Another thing to note is the fact that the National Union of Electricity Workers have also, backed up the strike, saying that they will shut down the national grid, in support or in solidarity of the NLC as regards the planned strike. The NLC is going ahead with the strike because I know a lot of people say, oh, but Governor Sanwo-Olu has said, oh, don't strike. The NLC
and the aviation workers too, we have to watch out for them because basically they shut down the airspace. That's the end. That's
the one that affects the people at the top. Yes, so they are sure that. All right, but the NLC is saying that what's the point of negotiating with the government team if the decision has already been made, and aside from that, who exactly are we speaking with? Who are we talking to?
Without any official mandate.
Without any official mandate. That's the position of the NLC. All right. But then the TUC is making demands, and the list of the NLC that's calling for the government to return to status quo be move forward. Since it's done, it's done. Can we just move ahead? What are your thoughts? Should they expect from the government? The civil force. But then the private sector, we all enter the same train. We all enter the same bus. Position of ordinary Nigerians who are not civil servants. What should they expect from the government as far as subsidy removal is concerned? All right. Let's have a conversation this morning. The phone line is open. 0913 6000 410. 0913 6000 410. That's the number to call. For text messages and WhatsApp messages is 0913 6000 430. 0913 6000 430. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube, so you can drop your comments there at Mainland 98.3 FM. You can drop your comments on our live Facebook and YouTube comment section. We would also take those live on air. So let's kick the conversation going. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. My name is Remy from Lukojo.
All right, Mr. Remy, please go ahead.
Yes, this fuel subsidies issue, we need to critically examine it. The two unions that we have, they are divided. For me, Labour Party is now the Labour Union, and Labour Union now is now Labour Party. Because if they try to go on strike, they want to bring Nigeria down, they should go ahead. You should always have dialogue to sort things out. Every time threatening to put Nigeria into problem. Basically speaking, we should consider the way the Nigerians supported Dangote refinery. The central bank governor was giving Dangote the required dollar rate that he cannot disclose to us. Asking what is the rate that they give Dangote, he cannot disclose it. But surprisingly, Dangote have not gone into production. He has paid 70% of the loan taken. What a magic. What a magic. Now, we have Customatus refinery. People are collecting salary there. A refinery that is not working. I will suggest we should take a census of each refinery. People that are collecting salary there without doing nothing. And they should be asked to go because people are collecting salary without doing anything in that refinery. And they should concert it out, do concession to put it in order. That is it. They should give Ashwaju, yes, he has joined the gun, but they should give him chance. We are all around when Buhari announced to us that the issue of subsidy has stopped. Labour Union didn't jump up by then. They kept quiet and they are waiting. So may God help also. May God help Nigeria. Amen. Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Remy. Thank you very much, Mr. Remy. Hello? Okay. 0913 6000 410. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sandra.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This is Timothy calling you from Aja.
Morning.
My take this morning on this issue. You see, in a critical discussion like this, president is supposed to have his own, apart from having team, he's supposed to have his own saying. Because you don't need to delegate anything to anybody else at this time. Now that you have really entered office and people are expecting different things from you, and you have already drawn the battle line between yourself and the Nigerian people. See, This is what we have been saying. We need a president that has capacity to deliver. Not that, okay, at the end of the day now, all those people that they are delegated, he can deny anything from them. So he's not the one that sent them. He is not for the government. Who are they engaging with now? The position of the TUC, I don't even see that it will hold water. Because by the time you talk about salary increment, it will also affect inflation. By the time you market him ahead that they have increased the salary of workers, every other thing will start. See, this is the dilemma Nigeria are into. See, people are suffering. People are suffering. I don't know how to say this. I don't know why government, for once, they will not do something that will make the situation of Nigeria, ordinary person, to be okay. Even for once, okay, what are they doing to break their course of governance down? What are they doing? They will tell us to bear, which you sacrifice. What are they sacrificing? You know, you asked the question yesterday. What is government is going to sacrifice? Reducing of their cost of governance, reducing every other thing they are doing to make these things, the situation that the common man can bear it. What are they doing? Nothing of such. I pity Nigerian people. Have a nice day.
And you too. My fellow Nigerian. Thank you.
Timothy's a Nigerian.
I don't know. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Sandra.
Oh, Damlala, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning. How you doing, my sister? Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Damlala.
Now, honestly, yesterday I listened to you all through, but I couldn't get it. Now the thing is just that we are not fools in this country. In fact, a lot of boo-boo yaya in this government. We have to make it very clear. The fact remains that we are not really backing up subsidy. Subsidy must go, but how do we take it away? What is, in fact, the parameter, the steps to take? But on this, I will back up the NLC completely. President Tinubu is supposed to make some steps, consultations before making that statement. Okay, he has created the problem now. Now making consultations now. And among the people that came to represent the government, who are those people there? The like of Melatiari, of all people. The Dalake, of all people. What is going on here? Okay. So they call them to talk to ghosts? So they call them to talk to the government of the day? Don't we have another distant government this time around that cannot even actually come and talk to people and talk to, in fact, the labor union? And what the TUC asking for is to only create more inflation. In fact, the market price will take all the way the increment. And the private sector, what's going to happen? And in fact, Nigeria will still be moving within the depth of poverty. Who is fooling with here? The thing is that if we have to run this country, let's make our mind and run the country. Okay, the fact is that Tinubu is a giant politician. On what grounds? But disappointed. Is it the way to run things? People are dying. People are crying. People are living in poverty in Nigeria. For how long are we going to have a continuation of a Buhari government? 8 years of darkness, 8 years of pain and agony. Are we still continue like that? People should come to their brain. And this government will actually wake up, because already the mandate is, in fact, it's under threat. And the legitimacy is not there already. It should come down to the level of the people and build cases and convince many of us that didn't believe in government. That's my day. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Saddam Lola from Alaba. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Pastor Sandra and my dear friend FUAD.
Good morning, Pastor Peter.
Yeah, thank you. My take on these two issues we are discussing this morning is that I believe that it's very unfortunate that we don't learn in this country. You remember that this same problem with the lecturers, the government went ahead and created another parallel union, just like they've done to TUC and NLC. So my advice on this issue is that the TUC and the NLC should meet and forge a strategic alliance against the government instead of talking with different tones, because they will not succeed, unless they are united. And another thing I want to say is that it's very unfortunate that every time there's a problem, the people in government will will believe that it is the people that should suffer any hardship. They don't think that they should reduce their allowances and tighten their belt. Nigerians have no more waste to tighten belt. Well done. Yes, they should. The National Assembly members that are earning 1.5 million basic allowance every month, they should reduce the allowances, and even the presidency themselves. Tinubu can stay 1 year without salary, and he's very comfortable, so that people will show that you have empathy. When the people you are governing don't feel that you have empathy, you are not likely going to
Thank you very much, Barrister Peter.
Yeah, God bless all of you.
Amen. And you too. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
Yes, Mr. Okangwena.
Yes, good morning. Mr. FUAD.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. You see, why these NLC people, they are maintaining that hardline position is because, you see, there's a trending video of somebody who said, I will remove subsidy. If you like protest till tomorrow, I must remove it. If you like protest, nothing will happen. So once you see somebody that has already, even knows the position of, okay, I don't care, whatever I do, what do you want NLC to do? I was thinking that by the time they come into government, what they will do, first of all, you and I agree that there's corruption in that. Mr. FUAD, is it not so? There's corruption in that subsidy regime.
You all agree, yeah?
Yes. Why not tackle that one? And we have been made to know that corruption that is there, in fact, what we are paying as subsidy is not even, it's more than, if you would check very well, what we are paying as subsidy is more than half of what actually should be. So why don't you pursue that corruption in that subsidy regime, right? And see that you sanitize that sector very well. If you do that, then you will know that if we are paying 100,000 for subsidy, we are now paying only 50. Nigerians will look at it and say, yes, you are doing a good job. If you now want to remove it, you will remove it, and it will be nice today. But now you just come and remove it here, and you want us to sit down and look at you. It doesn't work that way now. So, right. And the way some people are exercising it, the Northwest Caucus or this of Southwest, they are against, they want to back out of the NLC. Look, let me tell you, I have checked around. There is no filling station that is selling fuel for APC people. There is no filling station, there is no market that say, okay, come and buy rice free, or come and collect rice free because you are APC. We are all suffering this thing together. So I don't like people telling me, these people are this, people are that. We are suffering together. So if NLC wants to do something, let them do it. Support them. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Mr. Okangwelin. I appreciate it.
I think I agree that there's no reason to politicize this issue or ethnicize it in any way. We are all in it together, either APC, Labour, or PDP. We buy from the same market. Yeah, we're all queuing. We're all buying at 500 naira per litre. So
we're all on the queue. All right. Yes, this is still Mainland 98.3 FM. Time check is 5 minutes gone past 9. And the focus for this morning is the position of the two unions. We're talking about the NLC and the TUC. Would you support the NLC that's calling for the government to return to status quo before negotiations can continue? Or will you support TUC that is talking about salary increment for its members? All right. What are your thoughts about these positions? Let's take some messages. We'll be back to phone calls in a bit. We have quite a lot of messages, so we don't have them piling up. Sandra and FUAD, I greet you fundamentally. Mr. FUAD, I just want to ask, will the banks be part of the strike? Some bank workers are asking me, and they are praying for it so they can use style to enjoy the holiday. Are banks part of labor union since they are private sector? On a lighter note, any child born during this time will be named subsidine for male, or subsidy for a female, or on the flip, we can name them subsidia or subsidiara. It's okay. I know you guys know how I shared the names. No, we don't. Thank you. James Ogbuna from Oshodi.
For bank workers, really, I think they are in the private sector.
The strike doesn't affect them.
But then,
actually,
when there's no movement, when they can't go to their places of work,
they'll just be inside.
They have no choice to also, down tools and wait for things to be resolved.
They'll be inside. It doesn't affect them, actually. But we also have here, High Mainland FM, please let the government revert and then negotiate with the Labour Congress, since the essence of the strike is negotiation, which will be the last resort. Please let our president do some things in the short run, since we know building new modular and full refineries will take time. 1. Open up the borders in the south that our former administration closed. 2. Ensure power supply is constant and also encourage other means of power. 3. Revert to normal price and negotiate a good price of fuel that will not affect the poor masses. 4. Transportation needs to be looked into by repairing damaged roads and subsidized transportations through palliatives. 5. Total intolerance for bandits, killer herdsmen, and Boko Haram, whom the last admin was playing with kids' gloves. Hope with these little points we can achieve little sovereignty. 6. The petroleum sector needs to be scrutinized and sanitized to the core, though I know that will be hard because of the almighty cabals. Sean from Festac, thank you very much. I also have Abraham Ayotunde from Mowe Ibafo. I'm interested in what Abraham Ayotunde does for a living because
he's always moving around.
He chats from different parts of wide strike. No empathy, no selflessness, no sacrifice. All they think about is themselves. May God not.
There were going to be reactions. Said that.
What do you think of that statement? Sensitive, insensitive?
Very sensitive. I said it then that no, you don't talk like that, But again, here we are. We didn't engage enough, So I kept calling for proper engagement. We didn't ask these questions. All of these questions should have been asked during the campaign, but we never did any of that.
All right. Good morning, mainland crew. Subsidy is the only dividend of democracy we are benefiting from this government. The manner it was removed shows insensitivity and I don't care attitude to the suffering of them. Patience for them, belt tightening for them. Let government cut down on cosplaying and smiling in the midst of Mainland 98.3 FM. We are live on Facebook. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Thank God. My name is Abiola in Tanzania, but I just want to ask some question.
All right.
I think I heard from
you saying, yeah.
So why this sudden subsidy has been removed?
No answer. No. We don't have an answer.
No.
Okay. Now, is it a crime for the president to sit with this? Why is it difficult for this man to call these people before he made that statement? Is it just want to show us that he's the president, he can do whatever things he wants to do? Now you don't have a team, nothing. You are still the only person. These people cannot rely on these people you are sending to come and represent them. Because you know how this goes.
Yeah, thank you for reminding us.
Do you remember?
He said he only made 3 promises. The others were from the political party.
Do you understand? Do you understand? No, you are sending people that no, we are not aware of this.
They should be a minister of petroleum talking to them too,
All right, thank you, Bella.
Why can't they have a meeting with these people? People are going through a lot too. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, Bella. Trust me, I think we can all agree that 10 is happening out there. 10 is happening. Yes. So, we all feel it. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, FUAD.
Good morning, Pastor Ambrose.
Good morning, Pastor Ambrose.
Okay. They call me, man. We thank God for another day.
Pastor Ambrose, please, where are you? Can you move a bit? Because there's a feedback we're getting on this end.
There's something like a machine moving near you or something.
It's from your end, sir.
Oh, please, we'll manage it. You can go on.
We'll manage it.
Okay, so maybe it's the phone. My phone just got heart problem, so I had to bring out the old one. To start with, Tinubu.
Pastor Ambrose, maybe you should call us back. We are struggling to hear you, and it only happens when you talk.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Okay, it's better.
I removed it from the loudspeaker. To start with, Tinubu is a strategist. He will break the rank and file of this strike. You know what happened when Afenifere came out to say that
they were not endorsing him. He went to Fasoranti. So it's a strategy. He will break this thing. Whether it is right or not, it's not his business. That's number one. Number two, when we say the majority of Nigerians voted for this president, I agree, given the figure that INEC gave us. But we should remember that we are 200 and something million, and it was only 8 million people that voted for him. So I don't think that narrative that majority is right. Maybe majority of those who voted are the ones that voted for him. You see, this whatsoever, me, I want Tinubu to succeed. God knows. And I want a better Nigeria because I don't have any other country. And this Naira devaluation that they call subsidy, I think that this president should have been able to work out a better way. It's like you are going to Ekpe from Mowe here now. You can pass through Lagos Island. You can pass through Ikorodu. You can pass through Ijebu-Ode, FUAD. He was trying to expose Otedola fuel subsidy. What did he do? Otedola went and videoed him, giving him money. These people, are they ghosts? They should fish them out. The fuel consumption in this country is not as much as they portray it. There are better ways. Must the people suffer? Must the downtrodden suffer? I want to buy fuel of 5,000. It's 10 liters. I'm afraid to own gen. There's no electricity. I cannot use my car. I am a pastor in the church. I have to be immediately after service, unlock my generator. All of those things. Are you telling me that this is the best way? Meanwhile, they have put subsidy in all the things that we buy. Tomato, milk, sugar, all of those things. They have put subsidy. Do you know? Because we refuse subsidy, they deliberately brought all forms of value-added tax. Tariff on air. Do you know that on this transfer, when you transfer, they will charge you. After again, at the end of the month, they will remove 500 naira. So, Mr. President, sir, this thing that you are doing is not going to affect the rich.
All right.
And for those of us who are saying that it is okay, they should continue to shout it is okay. The government is going to favor some people, whether they supported Tinubu or not. Please, we need to move forward. Mr. President, please consider the people and then please do something.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Abubakar.
Okay. Abubakar, please, can you speak a little louder?
Okay, my name is Abubakar. Am I audible?
Yeah,
yes.
Better now.
Okay. On this issue of the stand of the NLC and the TUC, if I have to go with any other one, I'll go with the TUC. So they are protecting just the minority of the working class. Or even everyone assumes they are protecting the working class. What about the common Nigerian? Here, first and foremost, this subsidy has to go. If we don't want to go bankrupt as a country, we are using 96% of our revenue to service debt, not even to pay back debt, to service it. My brother,
Hello? Hello? Okay. Maybe you should call back so you can complete your contributions because we can't hear you anymore. Thank you very much, Abubakar. You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM and it's Mainland Focus. Time check is 17 minutes gone past 9. And the conversation we're having this morning is the positions of the two, labor unions. We have the NLC, who shunned the meeting yesterday due to, they said, whatever team that's put together by the federal government to them is illegal. There's no official mandate on any of them. Yes, let me put it that way. There's no official mandate on any of them to sit with them and negotiate. Aside from that, the NLC is calling for the government to return to status quo before negotiations can continue. Else, we'll have a strike action on Wednesday. Or we have the TUC, that's Trade Union Congress, saying that, increase salary and give the workers tax holidays, and then, we can back down. All right. So those are the two positions of the labor unions. What are your thoughts about the position of the two unions. Where do you stand, and what would be your own position as an ordinary Nigerian who is not a civil servant? The private sector people. What do you think they should expect from the federal government? 0913 6000 410. That's the number to call. For text messages and WhatsApp messages, 0913 6000 430. And of course, you can drop your comments on our Facebook and YouTube live platforms. Yes, okay. So when you call in, please, you have just 2 minutes. Let's go straight to the point, and then we can move on to the next caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Sandra.
Good morning, Alhaji Super.
Yeah, thank you. It's very hard nowadays to get you, especially you, before we get you. Well, no problem, it's subsidy. Yes. Yeah, but first of all, you see, I deduce from your statement, that subsidy is normal. Very correct. You are very correct. Subsidy is normal everywhere, even in advanced country. But this subsidy is a scam. People are stealing our resources, our commonwealth. Nigeria should understand. We need to put a stop to it. That is just it. And now around NSC is being divided. The TUC and NSC that they of course, and they are complaining and negotiating with so people that does not have mandate. They should understand that President Tinubu has not settled. He has not formed his minister. They should understand we are all Nigeria. He just came in. He's just making us understand what he met on ground. And good enough with FUAD. He's telling us, look, where was this man got money to run his government? NLC, they are alive. Where President Muhammadu Buhari, the ex-president, is borrowing money from everywhere. Putting Nigeria into debt. The recent one is the census. Sandra, do you see any census that is going on? So where is he going to get money? So that is the issue. On the issue of the wages, you see, the value of our currency is so bad. I don't support that. What is the percentage of workers? When we are talking of increase of work, what is the percentage of Nigerian workers to Nigerian citizens? So what about people that are not working, that are on their own business? So I think our president should think of that. What we want is that our refineries should come out to speak to us. Within 6 months, all the revenue collected, they should divert it to refineries so that we know what we are enjoying for. But what I'm saying is that this particular subsidy is a scam. They are stealing our commonwealth, and it must be stopped. Have a nice day.
And you too, thank you very much, Alhaji Suber. I also have some comments on Facebook. This one is from Engineer Dami Adebi. He said, I stand fully with NLC. We also have Jato Jesse saying this government is not ready to cut off corruption and not serious. In my state, Benue, the new governor has cut off some commissioners because of too much expenses for no reason. Jato Jesse from Shomolu. Thank you very much. I also have good morning, great guys, Sandra and FUAD. The removal of fuel subsidy should not be overemphasized, but what have we done? But have we done the needful before removing it? The answer is no. I think the first thing is to sanitize the entire NNPC because of the humongous corruption in their system. Our local refineries should be at some level of production before the removal. And the finished petroleum products importation should be free to involve many participants. Otherwise, any other thing done will not accommodate the interests of all the relevant stakeholders and will injure more the very injured Nigerians. I therefore support both positions of the NLC and the TUC because their positions are for the benefit of the downtrodden. God bless you guys. And that's Leo Ozoma from Isolo, Lagos. I also have good morning. It's Joshua from Oregon. The problem we have is anytime an issue comes up, we politicize it. If we are talking about negotiations, why not do that before removal? This is medicine after death. If TUC are talking about salaries, what about private sectors? If we don't have money, let's dissolve the National Assembly. Use the money for something better, and then we'll know everyone is paying the sacrifice and not only we, the common man. And that's Joshua from Oregon. Good morning, Sandra and Honorable. Hello. It's okay. Issue of subsidy removal is a must at this point in time. It's painful, but we have to endure it. I believe that in the nearest future, things will get normal shape. NLC and TUC shouldn't add to our pain. They should negotiate with the government and let's think of better solutions together. On the side of government, 1, let there be uninterrupted electricity. 2, good security across the nation. 3, more electric vehicles. 4, more refineries, etc. Thanks. Akinleye Olaolu Hezekiah Thank you very much. Those are the messages that we have from our Facebook Live. Let's go back to phone calls. We'll move to WhatsApp in a bit. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, Abubakar calling back.
Okay.
Okay. Please, you have just...
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah, audible now.
Okay. Yeah, what I'm saying is that, look, there's no point on going on this strike, except this NLC want to claim ignorance of the state of the economy. This subsidy has to go. If we have to develop as a people, yes, we agree with it. Now, if not because of this issue of this subsidy, no one knew that there was no provision for the subsidy till the end of the June, that it was meant to terminate. Now, it is obvious that the government is broke. It is obvious that there is no money to pay for more subsidy. Now, what is the middle ground? I make a suggestion yesterday. The NNPC, they can maybe take from some independent marketer that are trustworthy, give them a price, give them let be subsidy at the point of consumption. In that instance, there is no point of taking, so nobody is taking our crude oil out of the country. As we are consuming from the filling stations, there to be a receipt, there can be an audit, they can get what are they dispensing, and those can be sorted out on a very much, so that for now to June, before, well, this subsidy, it cannot even go on for any private, no private refinery will function. It's issue of this subsidy regime.
All right.
So it has to go. And I support the TUC at least. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Abubakar. Appreciate. Hello, good morning.
Sandra. John from Oga.
All right. Mr.
Let me
John.
switch off the... Hello?
Yeah,
Okay.
good morning, Mr. John.
Mr. John, it's better.
Good morning, Oga. Hello?
Well, with
We
you.
can hear you.
Yes. Don't belabor yourself, Oga, for us and Sandra. I can see the passion in you for the quest for a better Nigeria, for an egalitarian, good society. But these people, the problem is there's a huge disconnect. Huge disconnect, Gary. Yes. They don't feel what you are feeling. Are you with me?
Well, with you.
So it is very impossible for them to see what we are going through. Okay, somebody is saying that, the subsidy is okay, and they will have to, they should look for, they are not getting money. Why don't they sit down and look for means to get money? Obafemi Awolowo did it. When he came up with Odua group of companies. Let them put on their thinking cap. They are not thinking at all. They are not looking for the way out, but they are looking for the cheap way out. That is to push the people to a different level of poverty. That is the only solution they have for us. Look, imagine how I pay on fuel now. Normally I was paying about 3,000. Now I have to pay more than about 9,000 to 10,000. Where do I get the money from? Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much. So help us all because, we're all in this together. Unfortunately, that's the last call that we can take for this morning. We have a lot of messages that we need to cover up for. We have a message from our YouTube live. We have Akinola Olumide Omotayo saying, please, the legislators, government officials and political appointees should be reduced. They are the ones draining our purse in Nigeria. The money they collect is too much. About 1/3 of our revenue. SOS. Save our soul. Thank you very much, Akinola Olumide. The conversation as regards Minister and Minister of State, we'll come back to that on another, maybe
Conversation,
on another day. But then we also have some WhatsApp messages here. Point of correction, Mr. FUAD. Bank workers are unionized under Nubife, which is an affiliate of NLC.
Yeah.
They will go on strike as well. God have mercy you. All right, good morning, Sandra and FUAD. This is Godwin from Ilasa. I appreciate your efforts in editing. Thank you very much. It's good that this subsidy issue is digging out lots of lies from our government. NNPCL boss came out telling us something different from government's position. It's bad that the lies of Bodlon have gone to Abuja. So help us God. Look at the people negotiating on behalf of the government, which does not have an authorized memo backing them. The implication is that the negotiators can't be held responsible for any agreement reached when not honored. For the NLC and TUC, For the NLC and TUC, I wish them well as they battle this rascality. Proper thing would have been to have the government dialogue with all the stakeholders and have an agreement before coming out with the statement, subsidy is gone. FUAD, I'm afraid that President Tinubu seems to be towing the path of former President Buhari. Horns of corruption is quickly coming off. Let's have proper forensic audit of NNPC before removing subsidy. Sandra, did you read El Rufai's disturbing statement this past weekend? God will save us. It was not on the front pages, though.
It was on the front
That's
pages.
why we didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, it was not there. Maybe I don't know, Okwayemi or FUAD someday, sometime soon.
We'll dig into
we'll dig deeper into it. But then, thank you very much. That is all that we can take. Unfortunately, again, we have a lot of WhatsApp messages and calls and text messages that we couldn't take. But thank you for tuning in. The conversation, of course, continues by 4 p.m. with Okwayemi Akinyode in the Situation Room. And, of course, we have even much more exciting programs lined up that we know would be addressing very important, pertinent issues in the society. Of course, As It also comes up by 1 p.m., so we can get, the pidgin version of the conversation. So you can carry on with the conversation by 1 p.m. as well. All on Mainland 98.3 FM. My name still remains OMOMBOLA Sandra. Thank you very much, FUAD SAHEED.
Thank you for having me.
This is not goodbye, though. We'll be back by 9:45 for Global View, where we'll be talking international stories. So, in the meantime, please stay tuned.
The Broadcast Art Institute supplement